Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name's Rob, and today we're going to talk about my 2019 F150 with some of the modifications that I've done to the truck, mainly the Lund tune. So basically, let's start with the basics. 2019 F150 XLT Sport with Ford's smallest motor, the 2.7 twin turbo Ecoboost, paired with the 10R80 10-speed with a 355 rear gear 2-wheel drive. Buying the truck, I've always been a fan of V8s. My dad had a truck with a V8. My dad's dad, grandfather, we all had trucks. We worked on them, worked out of them, we used them to haul. So buying the 2.7, I ain't gonna lie, I had a little bit of regret. Is it enough truck? Well, with these 3 modifications, it's plenty. Dollar for dollar, let's just say $1,000. Mod for mod, there's nothing that's gonna be an Ecoboost, hands down. Tune for tune, dollar for dollar. The Ecoboost is where it's at, and we'll get into those details here in a second. The other modification I have is the S&B cold air intake with the dry filter and a 3-inch resonator delete. Now I mainly did that really for sounds. These trucks are pretty efficient to where the intake, it really didn't do much. It's kind of disappointing, but I wasn't expecting a whole lot. More for noise and sound, which it's still pretty quiet. The resonator delete factory, I believe it's like a 2.5 inch, really tiny. I went to my local exhaust shop and for $100 cut it out, welded in a 3-inch, and it gave the truck some sound. I'm not a huge fan of the Ecoboost, the V6, but these trucks were way too quiet. So I did the resonator delete, the intake. Yeah, I can hear a little bit. AC off, the radio off, the windows up. You can hear a little bit of the turbo noise. But where the real power came in is with the tune. The end gauge is basically the tuning device that I'm using, and I went through Lund. Now I know there's a bunch of other guys, other companies that are more into the Ecoboost. And if you don't know much about Lund, they hold a lot of records with the Mustang, the Coyotes. These guys build and tune some really fast cars. And me, I'm not looking for numbers. I'm not looking to be the fastest guy out there. I just wanted to give the truck some more balls, just some more power. Nothing crazy. It is a daily. We take this truck basically everywhere. Me and my family, I got $1. And so I was just looking for more excitement out of the truck. So reached out to Lund through email. You can't really call them. Tell them what I have, 2019, blah blah blah, Ecoboost. They send me the device, plug it in, I upload the file through email, plug it into the truck, I suck off the factory file and upload theirs. First time doing it, took about 5-10 minutes. But when I originally did it, it asked you a bunch of questions. When I was flashing it, complete, I started getting random displays that I've never seen before. So I was kind of like, did I do something wrong? So whatever, I'm driving it normal. Didn't notice one thing, so I'm thinking in my head, I did something wrong because the truck feels the same. And obviously I'm not going to start it up with the tune and floor it. So I'm driving around, letting it learn itself, seeing if I feel anything. Nothing, feels completely stock. So I knew in my head, all right, well, obviously I did something wrong. So I'm driving it, and then I get on it, and I'm like, okay. I didn't floor it, but I can feel it accelerate a little bit harder, but the shifts, it wasn't aggressive, but it threw you back in the seat. So I'm like, okay, I did a U-turn down some back roads, hit it, spun hard in first, spun in second, and even chirped third gear. Now remember, 10 speed, the gears are close, they're tight. I was super impressed. Now I'm like, I feel like the man, I'm ready to race everybody, you know? So yeah, 9-day difference, shout out to Lund. So let's talk numbers. What does this truck do from the factory? Well, it's rated at 325 horse, 375 foot-pounds of torque. But what did it do on a dyno? So we went to a local dyno shop, Justin Jordan Performance, based out of Ruskin, Florida. And for science, I wanted to see the improvement stock to tuned. So we went to the shop, and because this truck is a 10-speed, 7th gear is 1-to-1. Factory tune, we would hit the speed limiter, so we tuned the truck in 5th gear. Well, we did the pulls in 5th. And this truck did 310, 315, but 420 foot-pounds of torque. Now that's stock with the intake and the resonator delete, 93 octane. So with the tune, again, 5th gear, this truck made 360, but it lost 10 foot-pounds of torque. Now, I was kind of a little disappointed because these trucks, you know, make big torque numbers. And, you know, I reached out to Lund. I was like, hey, is this normal? And they said, yeah, they normally cut timing away to keep it safe. So at the end of the day, it's peace of mind. And when you think about it, the truck is still faster than it was stock. And we actually did something kind of crazy. We sprayed nitrous.
I need NOS. I need NOS.
No, not on the intercooler, into the motor. And it survived. So I'll post that link somewhere here. Check it out. It made another 120 horsepower with spraying nitrous through it. So in conclusion, guys, if you're someone like me, daily driver, not looking for anything too aggressive that you can depend on and it's reliable and it's safe, you're looking for a little bit more horsepower, give Lund a call. And I want to say shout out to Modify Shine for sponsoring this video, for helping keeping this truck looking good. And if you like this content and you want to see more, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.